If the universe doesn't want you to be with someone, these 8 things will happen. The body never lies. I was depressed, super anxious, had terrible skin, gained weight, constantly tense, constant horrible UTIs. When I left that relationship, it all stopped. Our body does send us signs that we are not in a good environment for us. When you're not meant to be with someone, the universe often sends clear, undeniable signs that you're on the wrong path. From constant tension and miscommunication to inexplicable feelings of dread, these signals should not be ignored. In today's exploration, we'll uncover the 8 key signs that the universe doesn't want you to be with someone. Understanding these warning signals is crucial for protecting your emotional and spiritual well-being, allowing you to realign with relationships that truly serve your highest purpose. If you've been questioning whether you're with the right person, these insights might just provide the clarity you've been searching for. Pay close attention, as any sign of discomfort could be a message meant for you. Sign 1. The knot in your stomach. Experiencing a knot in your stomach is more than just a fleeting sensation. It's your body's way of signaling that something is off. Often described as the second brain, the stomach is deeply intertwined with our emotional states, reacting to stress, anxiety, or discomfort. This physical sensation is especially relevant in relationships, where emotional connections and interpersonal dynamics heavily influence our well-being. When you feel that tightness or unease, it's essential to pause and reflect on why you're feeling this way. Is it triggered by the presence of a particular person? Are there unspoken tensions or unresolved issues in the interaction? This visceral reaction often points to underlying problems that warrant your attention. For men, this knot can be particularly telling in the context of meeting or interacting with a woman. If you consistently feel tense or uncomfortable around her, whether it's due to intimidation, fear of judgment, or a deeper sense of emotional incompatibility, it may be a sign that the connection isn't healthy or sustainable. While nerves are natural in new or exciting situations, persistent discomfort signals something more significant. Your body is urging you to pay attention, as this tension may indicate that the relationship dynamic isn't aligned with your emotional needs or values. Ignoring this physical warning can lead to negative outcomes, such as staying in situations that drain your confidence, compromise your self-worth, or create unnecessary stress. Instead of brushing it off, acknowledge the discomfort and use it as an opportunity to evaluate the interaction. Does this person bring positivity and ease into your life, or do they create feelings of inadequacy or imbalance? This self-awareness is crucial for making informed decisions about whether to continue investing time and energy into the connection. Recognizing the knot in your stomach is the first step in understanding how your body reacts to emotional misalignment, but it's not the only signal. Persistent physical tension, often felt in the shoulders or jaw, can also reveal deeper issues in a relationship, serving as another crucial warning sign. We move to Sign 2. Constant physical tension. Physical tension often manifests in unhealthy relationships, revealing underlying stress and emotional strain. Common areas where this tension is felt include the shoulders and jaw, where individuals may unconsciously hold tightness as a response to conflict or anxiety. This persistent state of defense can lead to chronic discomfort, impacting not only physical health, but also emotional well-being. When we are constantly on guard, it becomes challenging to engage authentically with our partners, creating a cycle of miscommunication and resentment. It's essential to encourage self-reflection on the causes of this tension. Consider what triggers these physical responses in your relationships. Are there specific behaviors or situations that provoke this discomfort? By identifying these triggers, you can begin to address the root causes of tension, fostering healthier interactions. Acknowledging and understanding physical tension is a vital step toward breaking free from unhealthy patterns and cultivating more supportive and nurturing relationships. For men, constant physical tension when interacting with a partner, or even when thinking about the relationship, can reveal deeper issues. If you notice yourself feeling tight or uncomfortable in her presence, it may signal unaddressed fears, unresolved arguments, or a sense of walking on eggshells. Perhaps her behavior feels critical or dismissive, or the dynamic makes you feel undervalued or insecure. These triggers can silently build resentment, making it increasingly difficult to engage authentically or communicate openly. This tension not only impacts your physical health, often leading to chronic pain or fatigue, but also perpetuates a cycle of emotional disconnection. When your body is in a constant state of defense, you are less likely to express vulnerability, which is essential for building trust and intimacy. Miscommunication thrives in this environment, as both parties may feel misunderstood or emotionally distant. To break free from this cycle, it's essential to reflect on the situations or behaviors that provoke these physical responses. Does she interrupt or dismiss your feelings? Do you feel overly pressured to meet her expectations? Recognizing these triggers allows you to address them constructively, whether by setting boundaries, seeking open dialogue, or re-evaluating the relationship. Physical tension is your body's way of telling you something needs attention. By acknowledging these signals and addressing their root causes, you can cultivate healthier dynamics that promote mutual respect and emotional security. Whether this means making changes in how you interact, seeking support, or choosing to step away from an unhealthy connection, prioritizing your well-being is always the right choice. A relationship should leave you feeling supported and at ease, not weighed down by constant physical and emotional strain. Listening to your body is the first step toward building a connection that nurtures rather than drains you. Do you think this sign seems too extreme? Sometimes even the smallest signals can indicate that you're not meant to be with her. What are these signs? Stick around to find out in the next section. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on navigating healthy relationships and prioritizing your emotional health. Now that we've covered all the physical warning signs, let's dive into the emotional ones. Sign 3. Feeling drained. Emotional exhaustion, a significant consequence of toxic relationships, often goes unnoticed, overshadowed by its physical counterpart. While physical tiredness can be remedied with rest, emotional exhaustion is a product of persistent stress and negativity, leaving individuals feeling overwhelmed and depleted. This emotional drain manifests in various ways, impacting overall well-being and hindering personal growth. Understanding the dynamics of these draining relationships is crucial for protecting emotional health and fostering healthier connections. Individuals who deplete emotional energy often exhibit specific characteristics, including persistent negativity, excessive neediness, and a lack of empathy, all of which can sap the emotional resources of those around them. These individuals may constantly demand attention and support without reciprocating, creating an imbalance that fosters emotional fatigue. It's essential to recognize the telltale signs of unhealthy emotional investment, such as feeling drained after interactions, experiencing anxiety about future encounters, and losing interest in activities that once brought joy. Acknowledging these feelings is the first step towards reclaiming emotional energy and establishing healthy boundaries. By identifying and addressing these draining dynamics, individuals can safeguard their emotional well-being and cultivate more fulfilling relationships. This involves recognizing the patterns of behavior in draining relationships and taking proactive steps to protect oneself from further emotional depletion. Understanding the underlying causes of this exhaustion is crucial for building resilience and fostering healthier connections. This can involve setting clear boundaries, limiting interactions, or even ending the relationship if necessary. The focus should be on prioritizing one's emotional well-being and creating a supportive environment for personal growth and happiness. Sign 4. The heart beats faster. Our bodies often communicate in subtle whispers, offering clues to our emotional state long before our conscious mind catches up. One such whisper is the telltale quickening of our heartbeat. While a racing pulse can certainly accompany exhilarating moments of joy or excitement, it frequently serves as a barometer of underlying stress and anxiety, particularly within the complex dynamics of our relationships. In stressful situations, a rapid heart rate often signifies more than just a fleeting surge of adrenaline. It's a physiological alarm bell, signaling a need for attention and deeper understanding. This accelerated rhythm isn't simply a physical sensation, it's a direct reflection of our emotional landscape. Though a racing heart can sometimes accompany positive experiences, it often arises in response to tension, conflict, or perceived threats within our interpersonal connections. It's our body's way of alerting us to potential emotional distress, urging us to acknowledge and address the underlying issues at play. Identifying the specific triggers for this reaction is paramount. Do you notice your heart racing during confrontations? Does it quicken when you feel inadequate or insecure in your relationship? Perhaps it responds to subtle cues of disapproval or perceived judgment from your partner. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards gaining control of your emotional responses and fostering healthier communication. Once you've become attuned to the language of your accelerated pulse, you can begin to take proactive steps to manage your emotional state. Deep breathing exercises can be incredibly effective in calming the nervous system and restoring a sense of equilibrium. Consciously slowing down your breath sends a message to your body that it's safe to relax, easing the physical symptoms of anxiety. Self-reflection is another powerful tool. Taking time to explore the underlying emotions driving your racing heart can provide valuable insights into your relationship dynamics. Are your feelings rooted in past experiences? Are they stemming from unmet needs or unspoken anxieties? Journaling can be particularly helpful in this process, allowing you to process your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Open communication with your partner is essential. Sharing your emotional experience, including the physical sensations you're experiencing, can create a deeper sense of understanding and connection. Explain how certain situations or behaviors trigger your anxiety, and work together to develop strategies for healthier communication and conflict resolution. Remember, a racing heart in these situations is a natural response to stress. Learning to manage this response through self-awareness, coping mechanisms, and open communication is key to building stronger, more resilient, and ultimately, more fulfilling relationships. It empowers you to navigate the complexities of human connection with greater ease and understanding, fostering deeper intimacy and more authentic bonds. Sign 5. Changes in breathing. Our breath, the very essence of life, is a constant companion, reflecting our inner state with each inhale and exhale. While often overlooked, our breathing patterns can serve as powerful indicators of underlying emotions, particularly within the nuanced dynamics of our relationships. Like a subtle language spoken by the body, changes in our breath can reveal hidden truths about our comfort levels and emotional well-being. In relaxed settings, our breath flows naturally, deep, steady, and rhythmic, fostering a sense of calm and security. This effortless respiration reflects a state of ease and connection, allowing us to feel grounded and present in the moment. However, when discomfort or stress enters the equation, our breath often shifts, becoming shallow, rapid, and irregular. This subtle shift can signal underlying anxiety, tension, or unease, revealing a disconnect between our inner world and the external environment. Observing your breathing patterns around specific individuals can provide valuable insights into your emotional responses. Notice if your breath becomes constricted or irregular in certain situations or when interacting with particular people. Do you find yourself holding your breath, taking short, shallow gasps, or experiencing a tightness in your chest? These subtle cues can be powerful indicators of underlying discomfort or stress. Recognizing these patterns is essential, as they can directly impact our emotional well-being and the health of our relationships. Deep, steady breaths have a calming effect on the nervous system, fostering a sense of relaxation and clarity. This physiological shift allows us to engage in healthier interactions, promoting open communication and empathy. Conversely, shallow, restricted breathing can exacerbate feelings of anxiety and tension, making it challenging to communicate effectively and creating a barrier to genuine connection. When we're caught in a cycle of shallow breathing, our ability to think clearly and respond thoughtfully diminishes, often leading to misunderstandings and heightened conflict. By becoming attuned to the subtle language of our breath, we gain a powerful tool for self-awareness and relationship management. This awareness empowers us to address the root causes of discomfort and create a more positive and harmonious relational environment. When we notice our breath becoming constricted or irregular, it's a signal to pause, check in with ourselves, and explore the underlying emotions at play. This might involve communicating our needs more effectively, setting healthy boundaries, or seeking professional guidance to navigate complex emotional dynamics. Ultimately, understanding and responding to the messages conveyed by our breath can lead to more authentic, supportive, and fulfilling relationships. Sign 6. The mind becomes confused. Clarity is the cornerstone of healthy relationships, providing a solid foundation for communication, trust, and mutual understanding. However, when confusion creeps in, clouding our thoughts and emotions, it can be a significant indicator of underlying issues and a potential warning sign of an unhealthy dynamic. This confusion often stems from emotional turmoil, creating a sense of uncertainty and doubt that can permeate every aspect of the relationship. When we're caught in this fog of confusion, it becomes challenging to discern our true feelings, make sound decisions, and determine what is genuinely best for our well-being. This state of uncertainty can manifest in various ways, from questioning the validity of your own emotions to feeling perpetually unsure of where you stand with your partner. One of the most telling signs of confusion in a relationship is a sense of instability in your decision-making process. Reflecting on your choices is crucial. Do you find yourself making decisions based on fear, obligation, or a desire to avoid conflict rather than from a place of clarity and conviction? Are you constantly second-guessing yourself, unsure of what you truly want or need? This hesitancy and uncertainty can be a clear indication that something isn't quite right within the relationship dynamic. The emotional chaos created by this confusion hinders effective decision-making, making it difficult to determine what truly serves your best interests. Recognizing confusion as a warning sign is essential for protecting your emotional health. It's a signal to pause, step back, and evaluate the relationship with a critical eye. Ignoring this inner compass can lead to a cycle of doubt, anxiety, and ultimately further emotional distress. Acknowledging the presence of confusion empowers you to address the underlying issues at play. This may involve having open and honest conversations with your partner, exploring your own emotional patterns, or seeking support from a trusted friend, family member, or therapist. Clarity is paramount for fostering healthy, fulfilling relationships that support personal growth and happiness. This involves honestly assessing the relationship's impact on your overall well-being. Identify specific areas where confusion and uncertainty consistently arise. Are there recurring patterns of miscommunication or conflicting expectations? Do you feel a disconnect between your values and those of your partner? Seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor can be invaluable in navigating these complex emotions and developing strategies for establishing healthier relationship patterns. They can provide a safe and supportive space to explore the root causes of your confusion and empower you to make informed decisions about the future of your relationship. Remember, clarity is not just about understanding your partner. It's about understanding yourself and what you need to thrive in a healthy, fulfilling connection. Sign 7. Attraction to new environments or people. The universe often communicates through subtle nudges and intuitive pulls, guiding us toward paths of growth and fulfillment. One such signal, particularly relevant in the realm of relationships, is a burgeoning curiosity about new environments and people. This attraction to the unfamiliar isn't merely a fleeting whim. It often signifies a deeper shift within, a readiness to embrace change and explore uncharted territories in our emotional landscape. This curiosity can be a powerful indicator of personal growth, signifying an openness to evolving connections and a willingness to step outside of comfort zones. It suggests a desire to learn, expand, and connect with individuals who can offer new perspectives and experiences. This pull towards new people and environments often coincides with a period of self-discovery and transformation. It suggests a willingness to release old patterns and embrace the potential for deeper, more meaningful connections. It's an invitation to explore relationships that align with our authentic selves, fostering a sense of belonging and genuine support. When we engage with individuals who resonate with our core values and aspirations, we create a fertile ground for personal growth and mutual fulfillment. These connections can be catalysts for positive change, inspiring us to become the best versions of ourselves. They offer opportunities for learning, growth, and shared experiences that enrich our lives in profound ways. Following positive impulses is paramount in this journey of exploration. These impulses often manifest as a sense of excitement, ease, or intrigue when encountering new individuals or considering new possibilities. They are the universe's gentle whispers, guiding us toward connections that have the potential to uplift and inspire. By tuning into these positive signals, we can cultivate relationships that nurture our well-being and contribute to a more joyful and fulfilling life experience. This involves trusting our intuition and being open to connections that feel authentic and aligned with our values. It requires a willingness to be vulnerable and embrace the unknown, recognizing that stepping outside of our comfort zones can lead to unexpected and rewarding relationships. Cultivating this openness to new connections involves actively seeking out environments and experiences that foster growth and expansion. It means engaging with individuals who challenge our perspectives, inspire us to learn, and support our personal evolution. This might involve joining new social groups, attending workshops or events, or simply being open to conversations with people we wouldn't typically encounter. The key is to remain receptive to the universe's guidance and embrace the transformative power of new connections. By nurturing our curiosity and following our positive impulses, we create space for relationships that nourish our souls and contribute to a richer, more meaningful life journey. This journey of exploration and connection is an integral part of personal growth, leading to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Sign 8. Emotional chaos. Emotional chaos in relationships can significantly disrupt your well-being, often leaving you trapped in a cycle of distress and instability. This turmoil manifests through frequent arguments, persistent anxiety, and an underlying sense of confusion about where you stand in the relationship. These chaotic dynamics not only strain your mental and emotional health, but also prevent you from focusing on personal growth and fulfillment. When your energy is consumed by constant emotional turbulence, it becomes difficult to pursue your goals or find clarity in other aspects of life. Recognizing emotional chaos as a red flag is a crucial step toward breaking free from these unhealthy patterns. It's a signal that something needs to change, whether it's the way you communicate, the boundaries you set, or even the relationship itself. Acknowledging the chaos allows you to confront the reality of the situation and empowers you to take proactive steps toward a healthier emotional state. Addressing emotional chaos involves making conscious choices that prioritize your well-being. This might mean seeking guidance from trusted friends, family, or professionals who can provide support and perspective. It could also involve learning to set firm boundaries to protect your emotional space, or in some cases, deciding to end a relationship that no longer serves your growth or happiness. These actions are not easy, but they are necessary for fostering stability and peace in your life. By confronting emotional chaos, you open the door to positive transformation. Healthy connections allow you to thrive, creating an environment where growth, resilience, and happiness can flourish. While it may feel overwhelming, taking the first step to acknowledge and address emotional turmoil is the most important part of the journey toward a better, more fulfilling life. Ultimately, emotional chaos is not something to endure, it's a signal to act. By recognizing the signs and committing to change, you can reclaim your energy and focus on creating relationships that enhance your well-being instead of diminishing it. Prioritizing emotional health isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving and building the life you deserve. Immediate strategies. Nurturing emotional health requires a conscious effort to tune into our inner world, recognizing the interplay between our physical and emotional states. Cultivating self-awareness is the first step toward building healthier, more fulfilling relationships. One powerful strategy is to incorporate daily reflection into your routine. Taking just a few moments each day to check in with yourself, both physically and emotionally, can be transformative. This practice allows you to identify any discomfort or tension that may be arising in your relationships, providing valuable insights into your emotional responses. Notice any physical sensations, such as tightness in your chest or a knot in your stomach, as these can be indicators of underlying emotional stress. Similarly, pay attention to your emotional state. Are you feeling anxious, drained, or resentful? Identifying these feelings is crucial for understanding their root causes and taking proactive steps to address them. Journaling can be an invaluable tool in this process. By documenting your thoughts and feelings, you can begin to recognize patterns in your relationships over time. Writing down your experiences and emotions, both positive and negative, provides a tangible record that you can reflect on later. This can help you gain clarity on what truly resonates with you and what depletes your energy. Journaling also provides a safe space to process complex emotions and gain a deeper understanding of your own needs and boundaries. Beyond reflection and journaling, reconnecting with personal passions and spending time in nature can significantly enhance emotional well-being. Engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment helps to ground you, providing a sense of peace and clarity. Whether it's painting, hiking, playing music, or simply spending time in quiet contemplation, these activities nourish your soul and replenish your emotional reserves. By incorporating these strategies into your daily life, you can cultivate a deeper understanding of your emotional landscape, build resilience, and foster healthier, more fulfilling connections with others. This self-awareness empowers you to make conscious choices that prioritize your emotional well-being and create space for relationships that truly nurture and support you. In summary, recognizing bodily signals in relationships is crucial for maintaining emotional health and fostering personal growth. By tuning into physical sensations, such as tension, confusion, or discomfort, we can gain valuable insights into our emotional states and the dynamics at play in our connections. This awareness empowers us to make informed choices that prioritize our well-being. If you found this discussion helpful, we encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this video to spread the message and support others on their journey. Your engagement helps us create more content that resonates with you. While the universe might send signs when a relationship isn't meant to be, it's equally important to recognize red flags in real-life interactions. In age-gap relationships, young women often express certain phrases that reveal deeper concerns or incompatibilities. Let's explore 11 key things they say that signal potential issues. Gentlemen, ever felt blindsided in a relationship? Wondering why things went south despite your best efforts? Today, we're diving into the subtle yet powerful signals that young women send out. Signals that could be waving bright red flags. These aren't just innocent comments or quirks. They're indicators of deeper issues that can spell trouble for your relationship. Buckle up, because understanding these red flags could be the game changer you've been waiting for. Hit play and let's dive into the signs you need to watch out for. Number 1. The princess predicament, when her crown becomes your cross. Imagine this. You're spending time with someone considerably younger, and they mention it's their birthday month. You might initially laugh it off as a jest. However, as time progresses, you find yourself entangled in a seemingly endless celebration, complete with surprise gifts and elaborate dinners. This reveals a demanding side that may have been unseen before. You've just encountered what many call a princess personality, where demands are plentiful even if a tiara isn't visible. Now, whether you're a seasoned gentleman or a vibrant young woman, you might start to wonder, is indulging such behavior more trouble than it's worth? Here's a crucial insight. This behavior isn't just about wanting to feel special, it's about a desire to feel superior. Forgot to text her good morning? Prepare for the silent treatment. Didn't notice her new haircut? Brace yourself for a lecture on how you never pay attention to her. It's like walking through an emotional minefield where every step could trigger an explosion of hurt feelings and accusations. Reflecting on the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength, can be particularly relevant here. Whether you're in the autumn of your life or the spring, remember that while you can't control others' expectations, you can control your reaction to them. The question is, do you want to spend your life constantly reacting to someone else's whims, or do you want to be the author of your own story? Here's the harsh truth, fellas. A relationship with someone exhibiting these behaviors is like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much you pour in, attention, gifts, compliments, it'll never be enough because the problem isn't the amount you're giving. So, what's a guy to do? First, recognize these behaviors for what they are. Red flags waving so hard they could generate wind power. Second, understand that you're not responsible for someone else's happiness or self-esteem. And finally, ask yourself, do you want a partner or a dependent? Because make no mistake, that's what you're signing up for with a princess or petulant personality. Gentlemen, do you agree with my point of view? Comment, "I agree," if you've also been stressed out by your young, demanding princess. Share if you need advice right now. Number 2. It's always about her. You've had a long day, maybe even landed a big promotion at work. You're excited, eager to share the news with your partner, thinking she'll be thrilled for you. But instead, she brushes it off and starts talking about the latest fashion trend or a new gadget she wants. Ouch, right? Now, I get it. Men often feel they need to keep their emotions bottled up, not sharing too much about their daily lives. Society has this weird notion that men should be stoic, always strong, and not too expressive. But let's be real, that can get pretty lonely. Sometimes you're expecting a shared moment of joy, maybe even a celebration, but instead, she's more interested in talking about something trivial. It's like saying, your big moment doesn't matter. Let's talk about something I find important instead. This kind of imbalance can really throw a wrench into the relationship. Epictetus, the ancient Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This nugget of wisdom is spot on for relationships. Listening and genuinely caring about each other's stuff is super important. If she's not responsive to your feelings and continues to make everything about her, it might be time to reassess the relationship. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on mutual care and respect. Ask yourself, do you want to spend your life constantly reacting to someone else's whims? Or do you want to be the author of your own story? Finding happiness and fulfillment means being in a relationship where both partners listen, share, and celebrate each other's successes. Number 3. My ex used to do that. Imagine this. What's the biggest concern when dating a younger woman? It's the scrutinizing eyes of society. They might say, "Oh, she's young and beautiful. He doesn't deserve her. She can find many younger and more attractive partners." It's all about the comparisons, but what if these comparisons come from your own partner? That would be even more toxic. Picture this. You're out shopping together, having a good time, when suddenly she says, "My ex had great taste in clothes. He would have loved this outfit." Those offhand comments can sting, can't they? When your partner constantly brings up their ex, it can trigger feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. It's like having a ghost of relationships past hovering over your shoulder, constantly reminding you that you're being measured against someone else. Not exactly conducive to building a healthy, trusting partnership, right? Perhaps your partner hasn't fully moved on, or maybe she's using the current relationship as a way to distract herself from unresolved emotions. Instead of being a partner chosen out of genuine desire, you might find yourself as a temporary emotional crutch, a rebound. So, what's the game plan? Start with open and honest conversations about boundaries and expectations. Sit down and explain how these comparisons make you feel. Be clear that while everyone has a past, living in it isn't healthy for the relationship. If she values the relationship, she'll understand and make a conscious effort to focus on the present and future with you. However, if these discussions don't lead to positive changes, it might be in your best interest to consider moving on. Remember, prioritizing your well-being is not selfish. It's necessary for maintaining healthy relationships. Furthermore, 2 things a mature man values greatly are his health and his time. Don't waste your time on people who don't appreciate you. You deserve to be with someone who appreciates you for who you are, not for how you measure up against someone else. Number 4. I have no one else. A phrase that might seem innocuous but can be a significant red flag. I have no one else. It's not uncommon for younger women to lean heavily on their older partners for emotional support, often making you feel like the sole pillar in their lives. While it might feel flattering initially, it's crucial to understand the implications and potential pitfalls of this dynamic. First things first, let's clear the air about your role in her life. You are her companion, her partner, and her equal, not her therapist or problem solver. Sure, it's natural to want to swoop in and be her knight in shining armor, solving all her problems and providing unwavering support. But here's the kicker. You need to recognize and maintain healthy boundaries. You're not there to diagnose or treat her mental health issues, nor should you shoulder the burden of solving every challenge she faces. When she appears overwhelmed or helpless, it's easy to slip into savior mode. However, by doing this, you risk creating an unhealthy dynamic where she becomes excessively reliant on you for emotional stability. She needs more than just you. This type of assistance goes beyond what you, as a loving partner, can offer. It ensures she receives the comprehensive care she needs for her well-being. You might start to feel more like a caretaker than a partner, which is neither fair to you nor sustainable for the relationship. This doesn't mean you stop supporting her. It means you support her in a balanced, healthy way. Have open and honest conversations about her mental health and the benefits of professional guidance. Encourage her to take proactive steps on her mental health journey. This approach not only benefits her but also preserves your mental health and the balance of your relationship. So, the next time she says, "I have no one else," gently remind her and yourself that a strong relationship includes a network of support. Encourage her to seek the help she needs while ensuring you both maintain a healthy, loving dynamic. This balance will contribute to a more fulfilling relationship for both you and your significant other in the long run. What about your woman? What phrases has she used to make you take all the blame? Number 5. I'm busy right now. We've all heard it, and while everyone gets busy, hearing it repeatedly from your partner can be a red flag. Picture this. You've had a great day, maybe closed a big deal or had an epic gym session. You're buzzing and reach out to share your excitement, but her response is, "I'm busy right now." It's like you're playing catch and she's just letting the ball drop. We all understand the hustle. Life's a balancing act between work, personal commitments, and everything in between. As men, we often juggle demanding jobs and still manage to prioritize family and loved ones. It's no small feat. So, when you consistently hear, "I'm busy right now," it's worth taking a closer look at what's happening. Don't let your mind spiral into overdrive, but do pay attention. Consistently being too busy to connect can indicate that you're not a priority in her life. When someone values a relationship, they find ways to make time, even in the busiest schedules. It's not about having hours of free time. It's about making the moments you do have count. A quick call, a thoughtful text. These small gestures speak volumes, like a garden. If one of you is always too busy to water it, the garden isn't going to thrive. It'll wither. Relationships need regular care and attention to flourish. So, how do you navigate this? First, communicate. Express how you feel when you're constantly met with, "I'm busy right now." It's not about accusing or blaming. It's about sharing your experience. Maybe say something like, "I understand you're busy, but I miss connecting with you." If her busyness is a recurring theme, it's time to ask some deeper questions. Is she genuinely overwhelmed, or is this her way of keeping you at arm's length? Building a strong connection requires mutual effort. If she's not willing to carve out time for you, it's a red flag waving in the breeze. You deserve to be with someone who's eager to share their time with you, not someone who always has an excuse. And so next time you hear, "I'm busy right now," take a moment to consider what that means for your relationship. Are you feeling valued and prioritized, or like an afterthought? Stand up for your emotional needs and communicate openly. You deserve a partner who makes time for you even when life gets hectic. Number 6. It's your fault. Relationships can be complex, especially when one partner consistently refuses to take responsibility for their actions. If you find that your younger partner often shifts the blame onto you, this could be a significant red flag. This behavior goes beyond occasional misunderstandings and reflects a deeper pattern that can disrupt the balance and harmony in your relationship. Imagine a situation where you've had a minor disagreement. Perhaps you suggested a different restaurant than usual, and she didn't like it. Instead of discussing it calmly, she expects you to apologize profusely. On the flip side, when she makes a mistake, she might say, "I'm still young, so I don't know much. You have to understand that," or "You're older and more experienced, so if something goes wrong, it's because you didn't guide me properly." This constant deflection can leave you feeling like you're always at fault and walking on eggshells. This dynamic isn't just frustrating, it's unhealthy. By consistently blaming you and avoiding accountability, she creates an imbalanced relationship where you're responsible for everything that goes wrong. This not only undermines your confidence, but also erodes the mutual respect and trust essential for a strong partnership. Open communication is vital. Express your feelings using I statements to avoid sounding accusatory. For example, "I feel hurt when I'm blamed for everything, and I don't see any accountability from you." Make it clear that a relationship should involve both partners taking responsibility for their actions and working together to resolve conflicts. If she continues to use her youth and your experience as excuses, it's crucial to set boundaries. Explain that while mistakes are natural, they should be acknowledged by both parties. A partnership thrives on mutual support and shared responsibility, not on one person constantly fixing things. A relationship where blame is one-sided will eventually wear you down. You're not her mentor or parent, you're her partner. There needs to be a balance where both of you feel respected and accountable. If she's unwilling to change and continues to deflect blame, reconsidering the relationship might be necessary for your emotional health. By addressing and rectifying this blame-shifting behavior, you can foster a more balanced, respectful relationship. It's about ensuring that both of you take responsibility and contribute to a healthy and harmonious partnership. Here's a fun fact before we continue. Only 2% of viewers take a moment to interact. If you're finding value here, type "useful" in the comments and press that like button to show some love. We truly appreciate your engagement. Number 7. Obey me. In a healthy relationship, it's normal for partners to take an interest in each other's schedules and social lives. This mutual interest often reflects a caring and supportive dynamic. However, when this care crosses the line into controlling behavior, it signals a deeper issue. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This wisdom highlights the importance of personal freedom, even within the confines of a relationship. When your partner starts to demand obedience or asks you to give up your hobbies and time with friends, it's a glaring red flag. Let's paint a picture. Your partner frequently questions your plans, expressing preferences about who you should or shouldn't spend time with. Initially, this might seem like a harmless concern, but if it escalates to demands and ultimatums, "Choose between me or your friends," it's a sign of control, not care. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect and the freedom to maintain individual identities. It's natural for her to have opinions about your friends, but outright restricting your time with them crosses the line. This type of behavior can stifle your independence and lead to a suffocating dynamic. Consider how this affects your sense of self. When someone you care about starts dictating your social interactions, it can lead to feelings of isolation and resentment. The essence of a strong relationship is the balance between togetherness and individuality. Both partners should feel free to pursue their interests and maintain their social circles without fear of reprimand. If you find yourself in this situation, it's crucial to have a candid conversation about boundaries and respect. Communicate that while you value her opinions, your personal freedom and social life are important. Use Epictetus's insight as a guide. Focus on what you can control, which is your response and setting clear boundaries. Reflect on the broader impact of this behavior. If she's unwilling to respect your need for independence, it may be time to reassess the relationship. You deserve a partner who supports your freedom, not one who tries to control it. To sum it up, relationships should enhance your life, not limit it. If your partner's care turns into control, recognize it for the red flag it is. By addressing these issues head-on, you can strive for a healthier, more balanced partnership where both of you feel valued and free. Number 8. It was nothing serious. Let's dive into a phrase that might sound reassuring at first, but can hide a much deeper issue. It was nothing serious. When a younger partner dismisses your concerns or feelings with this phrase, it's crucial to look beyond the surface. Is it really not serious, or does she simply not care? Given the significant age difference, conflicts and misunderstandings are bound to happen. You might worry about her being upset, but when she brushes it off with, "It's not a big deal," it raises questions. What if it actually is serious, but she's not invested enough to care? This could signal that her interests in the relationship aren't aligned with genuine emotional connection. Imagine this scenario. You've had a disagreement, or maybe you've done something that upset her. You're anxious and eager to make amends, but she waves it off with, "It was nothing serious." While it might seem like she's being easygoing, this dismissal can indicate that the issue is serious, but she doesn't care because her feelings for you aren't deep. Her purpose in the relationship might not be based on genuine affection, making your attempts to resolve conflicts seem insignificant to her. This behavior is a red flag. It reveals her true intentions and the depth of her commitment. If she genuinely cared, she would address the issues head-on, showing concern for both your feelings and the relationship. Instead, her indifference suggests that her investment in the relationship is superficial. Think about the implications. If she doesn't care about things that upset you, it's a sign that she might not be interested in building a meaningful connection. This indifference can leave you feeling undervalued and emotionally drained. You deserve a partner who takes your concerns seriously and works with you to find resolutions. Addressing this requires a candid conversation. Express how you feel when she dismisses your concerns. Let her know that while it's important to stay calm, it's equally important to acknowledge and address issues together. If she continues to downplay your feelings, it's a sign that her commitment to the relationship isn't genuine. Reflect on what you want from the relationship. Are you looking for a partner who's genuinely interested in your well-being, or someone who brushes off your concerns? It's essential to prioritize your emotional health and find a partner who respects and values your feelings. If "it was nothing serious" becomes a frequent response, it's time to reconsider the relationship's future. You deserve someone who values you enough to care about what's serious to you. By recognizing this red flag, you can seek a relationship that offers genuine connection and mutual respect. Number 9. You are cheating. In relationships, few phrases can cause as much turmoil as an accusation of cheating. This is especially true when the accusation comes without any real proof. For older men dating younger women, this can be particularly destabilizing. Trust, the bedrock of any solid relationship, can quickly crumble under the weight of suspicion and doubt. In a healthy relationship, trust is essential. It's what makes both partners feel secure and valued. When this trust is shaken by unfounded accusations, it creates an atmosphere of tension and instability. Every message you receive every time you're a bit late can turn into a source of conflict. So why might she accuse you without evidence? Often it's not about you at all. She might have been hurt in the past, carrying scars from previous relationships. Maybe she feels insecure because of the age difference, worrying she can't compete with other women in your life. Understanding the root of her fears is the first step in addressing them. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If she's constantly worried about being betrayed, these fears will shape her actions and the relationship's dynamics. Recognizing this can help you approach the situation with empathy and patience. Addressing such accusations requires a blend of understanding and assertiveness. Start by acknowledging her feelings without immediately going on the defensive. Say something like, "I can see this is really upsetting you and I want to understand why you feel this way." This opens the door to a constructive conversation. Effective communication is crucial. Discuss her insecurities and your actions openly. Reassure her of your commitment and love, but also be clear about the impact of her accusations on your trust and the relationship. Setting boundaries is important. Let her know that while you understand her fears, baseless accusations are harmful. Here's a practical approach. Introduce transparency into your relationship. Share your plans, involve her in your social circles, and be open about your interactions. This can help build her sense of security. However, it's also vital that she works on her trust issues, possibly with professional help if needed. Think of trust as a fragile vase. Once cracked, it's hard to restore to its original state. It requires careful handling and commitment from both partners to repair and maintain. If your partner can't move past her suspicions despite your transparency and reassurances, it may indicate deeper incompatibilities. Number 10. This is just how I am. Let's dive into a behavior that can be both exasperating and revealing. The notorious "this is just how I am" excuse. This phrase often pops up during arguments or when receiving feedback, effectively shutting down any chance for growth or change. If you've ever encountered this, you know it's like hitting a brick wall. This behavior signals an unwillingness to evolve. When you address a concern, be it a minor annoyance or a significant issue, her default response is, "This is just how I am." This statement serves as a defense mechanism, a way to deflect criticism and avoid accountability. It's her way of saying she's not willing to put in any effort to improve or adjust her behavior, no matter how it affects you or the relationship. This attitude often comes with a hefty dose of hypocrisy. She expects others to accept and tolerate her quirks and flaws because that's just how she is, but she doesn't extend the same courtesy. If there's something she doesn't like about you, she's quick to criticize and demand change. It's a one-sided arrangement where her standards for herself are conveniently low, but her expectations for you are sky-high. Such behavior exemplifies double standards. In her world, everyone must adapt to her whims and preferences, but she doesn't feel the need to reciprocate. This lack of reciprocity is toxic and unfair. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and a willingness to compromise. When one partner refuses to consider the other's needs, it creates an imbalance that leads to resentment and frustration. Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights into this behavior. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This advice applies to relationships as well. Instead of using "this is just how I am" as an excuse, one should strive to be the best version of themselves, constantly seeking improvement and understanding. The refusal to change also reveals a deeper issue, a lack of self-awareness and humility. It takes humility to acknowledge one's flaws and strength to work on them. By clinging to the excuse of "this is just how I am," she's showing an unwillingness to engage in personal growth. This stubbornness can be a significant obstacle to developing a healthy, fulfilling relationship. Furthermore, this behavior often stems from insecurity. By refusing to change, she's protecting herself from the vulnerability that comes with acknowledging imperfections. It's easier to insist on being accepted as is than to confront and address areas needing improvement. However, true strength and confidence come from the ability to grow and adapt, not from rigidly maintaining the status quo. Recognizing this red flag is crucial. A healthy relationship requires both partners to be open to feedback and willing to make changes for the sake of the relationship's well-being. When one partner hides behind the excuse of "this is just how I am," it's a sign of deeper issues that need addressing. Relationships should be about mutual growth and support, not about one person dictating the terms while the other bends to accommodate. Ultimately, the key to a successful relationship lies in the willingness to change and improve. Both partners should strive to be better for themselves and each other. By embracing this mindset, you can build a relationship based on mutual respect, understanding, and continuous growth. Number 11. I hate men. When a younger woman declares, "I hate men," or frequently uses phrases like, "all men are trash," it's not just casual banter, it's a glaring red flag. These statements are potent indicators of deep-seated issues and attitudes that can severely impact a relationship, especially one with a significant age gap. Let's unpack why these statements are so problematic. First and foremost, such sweeping generalizations reflect a profoundly negative and biased mindset. When she says, "I hate men," or "all men are trash," it suggests she harbors a lot of unresolved anger and bitterness. This negativity isn't just unhealthy, it can be downright toxic. Imagine you've just had a minor disagreement, and instead of resolving it calmly, she resorts to, "See, this is why I hate men." Such a response is not only unhelpful but also damaging. These statements are the neon red flags that signal significant emotional baggage. They suggest she's likely carrying a lot of past trauma or disappointment, which she hasn't dealt with constructively. Instead of working through her issues, she's projecting them onto all men, painting everyone with the same broad brush. This kind of thinking is not only unfair, but also unrealistic. Consider the implications of being in a relationship with someone who holds such views. If she thinks all men are inherently bad, how does that affect her view of you? No matter how much you try to prove yourself different, you'll always be fighting an uphill battle against her preconceived notions. This persistent negativity can erode your self-esteem and create constant tension, as you're always trying to prove you're not like those other men. A healthy relationship requires mutual respect, understanding, and the ability to see each other as individuals, not as representatives of a gender. If you encounter this attitude, it's crucial to recognize it for what it is, a sign that this relationship may not be healthy or sustainable. Remember, a strong partnership is built on positivity, respect, and a willingness to grow together, not on bitterness and blame. As an older man dating a younger woman, it's vital to ensure the relationship is based on mutual appreciation and growth. When you encounter the "I hate men" rhetoric, take it as a serious indicator that she might not be ready for a healthy, balanced relationship. Your goal should be to find a partner who respects and values you, free from the baggage of past bitterness. Embrace relationships that uplift and support you, rather than ones that drag you into a vortex of unresolved anger and blame. Alright guys, we've just navigated through the minefield of red flags and decoded the 11 things young women say that should set off alarm bells. Remember, recognizing these warning signs early can save you from a lot of heartache and wasted time. It's crucial to stay vigilant and prioritize your emotional well-being. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Share your own experiences or any red flags you've encountered in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Don't forget to share this video with your friends to help them navigate the tricky waters of dating as well. And of course, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more relationship advice and insights. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care and stay smart in your dating journey. You believe you're good at reading her, thinking you'd spot a lie the moment it happened. But the truth is, when it's someone you care about deeply, it's easier to ignore the signs than confront the possibility of betrayal. I know this because I've been there. I trusted her completely, certain I was an excellent judge of character, only to uncover lies that had been lingering beneath the surface for far longer than I'd imagined. The problem wasn't a lack of intuition. It also wasn't that the signs weren't there. The issue was my willingness to overlook those signs. I wanted to believe the relationship was built on honesty, and in doing so, I ignored the reality right in front of me. In today's video, we'll reveal 7 signs that she's lying to you and how to handle it once you find out. These may be harsh truths, but they're ones you need to face. Stop deceiving yourself, gentlemen. Ready? Let's get started. Sign 1. Sudden topic changes. Have you encountered conversational partners who evade questions with lightning speed, making dialogue feel like a game of verbal dodgeball? You raise a crucial point, only to have them abruptly shift to an entirely unrelated subject. It's as if they have a pre-planned escape route, retreating from uncomfortable truths. I recall a past relationship plagued by this. Initially oblivious, I gradually recognized their pattern of diverting conversations whenever I broached future plans, even simple ones. They'd deflect to trivial matters, avoiding direct engagement. It was subtle, yet I dismissed it, assuming they weren't ready or I was being too demanding. However, their perpetual unreadiness was symptomatic of a deeper issue: shirking responsibility. This highlights a critical point. Topic changes aren't always due to forgetfulness or distraction. They often stem from a reluctance to confront uncomfortable realities. We enable this by avoiding confrontation, prioritizing superficial peace over honesty. This is our mistake. Avoiding difficult conversations breeds dishonesty, not harmony. The underlying message is that swift topic changes signify more than avoidance. They represent a rejection of truth, prioritizing comfort over your understanding. This reveals the relationship's foundation. Whether it's a romantic partner, friend, or colleague, dishonesty isn't always overt. It can manifest as conversational deflection. We often focus on spoken lies, but unspoken ones insidiously erode trust. I learned this painfully, realizing my acceptance of deflected conversations enabled their avoidance and kept me uninformed. My desire for normalcy allowed topic shifts, but this jeopardized the relationship's integrity. The lesson? Hold people accountable for their conversational deflections. This isn't about confrontation, but establishing honesty. Someone who values you will engage in challenging discussions, regardless of discomfort. Otherwise, Question the relationship's nature. Truth, though challenging, strengthens bonds more effectively than fabricated lies. Sign 2. Listening for comprehension, not response. Truly listening is a cornerstone of charisma, yet often undervalued. It's the basis of making others feel valued. Many of us, however, listen passively, preoccupied with formulating our own responses, rather than truly absorbing the speaker's words. This creates a sense of invisibility. A harsh truth: if you don't listen to understand, your efforts are wasted. I've been guilty of this, feigning engagement while mentally rehearsing my own points. People sense this inauthenticity, feeling used rather than valued. This isn't charming, it's self-serving. Conversely, listening with genuine intent to understand fosters respect and deep connection beyond superficial chatter. It provides a safe space for expression without the pressure of immediate reciprocation. I recall a conversation with a struggling colleague. My initial impulse was to offer solutions, but I chose to simply listen attentively, offering no interjections or advice. The result? They opened up further, feeling secure. They expressed feeling truly heard, a realization that sometimes simply listening is the most effective approach. In a world saturated with noise, authentic listening is a rare and valuable gift. People desire understanding, not constant advice or opinions. They want to feel understood, and offering this makes you stand out as genuinely caring. This is true charisma. Therefore, listen to comprehend, not just to reply. This fosters genuine connection and makes others feel seen and appreciated. Has your partner ever shown either of the two signs mentioned above? If not, then congratulations. For now, it seems you can still trust her. If you agree with this perspective, please support us with a like and subscribe. But that's not all. Let's dive into 5 more signs that indicate you might be seriously blinded by deception. Let's continue with the 3rd sign. Sign 3. Unwarranted defensiveness. Have you experienced someone reacting to a simple, innocuous question as if it were an accusation? A simple inquiry about pizza can trigger a disproportionate response, suggesting hidden guilt. This overreaction is a major red flag. I recall a group project where a teammate displayed this behavior. Routine progress inquiries were met with defensive accusations of micromanagement and mistrust, despite his obvious disengagement during meetings. Unsurprisingly, he had contributed minimally, attempting to conceal his lack of effort. A key observation: excessive defensiveness without cause often masks guilt. It's the classic, "the lady doth protest too much" scenario. Experience teaches that such reactions warrant closer scrutiny. What are they so desperately trying to conceal? Genuine innocence wouldn't necessitate transforming a casual question into a personal attack. Honesty is calm and direct. Guilt is hypervigilant. The underlying message concerns human nature. Unwarranted defensiveness reveals guilt, not integrity. Recognize that their overreaction isn't about your supposed transgression, but their attempt to conceal truth. They resemble a locked house feigning normalcy, hoping you won't use the key you hold. Ignoring these defensive displays enables deception, teaching them that feigned outrage can mask lies. It's not about being rude or intrusive, it's about prioritizing honesty. People will go to great lengths to avoid exposure, and defensiveness is a common tactic. So, when confronted with disproportionate defensiveness, don't retreat. Maintain your curiosity and investigate further. In most cases, it's a smokescreen obscuring the truth, and you deserve better. Sign 4. Excessively polished narratives. Have you heard a story so perfectly constructed it felt rehearsed? Every detail meticulously placed, the timeline impeccable, the narrative flawlessly smooth, almost too perfect to be true? Chances are, it probably is. I've encountered this numerous times. One individual, Jake, was a master storyteller, crafting tales with Hollywood-level drama. He recounted a business deal with the cinematic flair of a James Bond film, complete with vivid descriptions and a perfectly timed triumphant handshake against a breathtaking cityscape. The issue? Reality is messy and unpredictable. When a story feels overly rehearsed, be wary. Jake's story, as it turned out, was partially embellished and partially fabricated. The problem is, we're drawn to captivating narratives, often overlooking inconsistencies because we enjoy a good story. This allows deception to flourish. Liars exploit our desire for neat narratives offering easily digestible accounts. The messiness of truth is inconvenient, but life is rarely pristine. Excessive smoothness often indicates fiction. The deeper issue is that overly polished narratives aren't just about impressing, they're about controlling the narrative. The storyteller carefully constructs a version of events serving their interests. They become the writer, director, and star of their own movie, expecting unquestioning applause from the audience. However, perfection is a mirage. My investigation into Jake's stories revealed inconsistencies. Further questioning blurred the sharp edges of his narrative, exposing its fabricated nature. Liars can rehearse, but they can't withstand scrutiny. Real-life details are messy, and excessive smoothness suggests fantasy, not reality. The key takeaway: life is complex, imperfect, and messy. This is a positive thing. Someone presenting a flawlessly aligned narrative is selling an illusion. Accepting this does you a disservice. Genuine connections are built on unfiltered honesty, even when uncomfortable. So, when a story seems too perfect, inquire further. Seek the messy truth. A refusal to reveal imperfections suggests a refusal to reveal truth. Remember, authenticity doesn't require perfection. Feigning otherwise likely conceals something. Sign 5. Averting physical contact. Ever noticed someone angling their body away during a conversation, even while speaking directly to you? Their words convey engagement, but their body language screams a desire to escape. It's a subtle but telling cue. I recall a friend who exhibited this behavior during serious conversations. Initially, I attributed it to discomfort or habit, but the pattern became clear. Whenever the conversation delved into personal or sensitive territory, his body would subtly turn away as if seeking physical escape. It was a clear sign something was amiss. He was later revealed to have been dishonest about several things, nothing major, but enough to damage trust. His body language betrayed him before his words did. The controversy? Many dismiss body language as irrelevant or over-analyzed. This is a mistake. Non-verbal cues often reveal more than words. Turning away, even slightly, suggests a subconscious attempt to distance oneself from the truth. We often ignore these signs, avoiding potential uncomfortable revelations. We rationalize it as a habit or insignificance, but physical distancing is a red flag. While not always indicative of major lies, it signifies something amiss. The deeper point is that avoiding direct physical confrontation reveals a deeper avoidance of confronting the situation's reality. Their body language betrays their internal discomfort before they realize it. I used to dismiss such cues as overthinking, but repeated observation has taught me that turning away mid-conversation signifies more than restlessness. It's a subconscious attempt to avoid scrutiny because something is being concealed. Body language isn't random. Turning away during conversation signifies discomfort with the topic. They're shielding themselves, not from you, but from the truth they're withholding. They believe physical aversion can somehow prevent you from perceiving their deception. My lesson? Don't ignore these cues. While acknowledging them might feel awkward, body language is a powerful form of communication. Turning away creates distance, emotionally, mentally, and physically, and ignoring it allows that distance to widen. So, observe subtle shifts in body language. It might be time to address the unasked question, to probe deeper into what they're concealing. Honesty doesn't turn away, and neither should those you trust. Sign 6. Using humor to deflect serious discussions. Have you experienced someone dismissing serious conversations with laughter? You attempt to address meaningful issues, perhaps personal concerns, and they respond with a dismissive chuckle, brushing it aside as if it were trivial. They use humor as a shield, deflecting the truth. Initially, it might appear harmless, even charming, but this behavior often masks deeper issues. I recall a past relationship where attempts to discuss important matters were consistently met with humor, sarcasm, or jokes. "Hey, I've been feeling disconnected lately," would be met with laughter and accusations of overthinking. The laughter wasn't casual. It was a tool to dismiss the conversation and avoid addressing the underlying issue. Over time, I realized this pattern of using humor to avoid accountability and uncomfortable truths. The controversial aspect is that humor is generally considered positive. It lightens the mood and diffuses tension. However, consistently using it to deflect serious discussions is a red flag. It's an attempt to disguise lies as jokes, and most people let it slide, avoiding the awkwardness of pursuing a topic after it's been trivialized with humor. People use humor to deflect because they wish to avoid the weight of serious conversations. It's a simple escape route, maintaining a superficial lightness to prevent deeper exploration. However, meaningful conversations aren't always easy or light. They should challenge, provoke thought, and encourage honesty. If someone consistently avoids this, question their motivations. What are they hiding? Emotional maturity is key. Laughing off serious topics suggests an unwillingness to engage in honest dialogue. It's a facade concealing something they can't or won't explain. Perhaps it's fear of vulnerability, or perhaps it's because honest discussion would expose a concealed truth. I've observed this repeatedly. Humor used as deflection, making you feel overly serious. But addressing important matters seriously is valid. Don't hesitate to challenge their dismissiveness. Why is this funny to you? Can expose their underlying discomfort. Dismissing serious discussions with laughter stifles communication before it begins, preventing crucial conversations about relationships, trust, and accountability. Everything remains superficial, unresolved. The core message: honesty isn't always pleasant or light-hearted. It shouldn't be dismissed with laughter. An inability to treat serious matters seriously indicates an avoidance of genuine connection and truth. If they can't face these topics with you, how much can you trust them? So, don't let dismissive laughter slide. Ask tough questions. Press for the uncomfortable truth. Humor might lighten the moment, but it doesn't negate the underlying issue. Their refusal to engage seriously reveals their lack of honesty. Sign 7. Evasive vagueness. Have you ever encountered someone who, when pressed for details, responds with ambiguous pronouncements and sweeping gestures, offering no concrete information? You seek specific dates, names, or facts, and they offer vague generalities, dancing around the subject like figures in a fog. It's frustrating and a clear warning sign. Evasive answers often conceal something. I recall a co-worker who boasted about closing big deals, yet offered only vague pronouncements when asked for specifics. His responses were masterpieces of evasion, promising exciting developments while revealing nothing concrete. Weeks later, the story remained unchanged. Eventually, it emerged that not only were there no deals, but much of his narrative was fabricated. He was bluffing, hoping no one would investigate further. Here's the key point. Vagueness when pressed for details isn't just secrecy, it's deception. Vagueness is a liar's tool, allowing them to evade accountability. It's like grasping at smoke. They deflect with half-truths and claims of complexity, relying on your politeness or inattention to avoid further probing. Honest individuals don't need to hide behind vagueness. They can provide clear answers because they have nothing to conceal. They offer straightforward information without the evasive dance. Liars, however, thrive in ambiguity, knowing that vagueness hinders scrutiny. It's classic avoidance, and many fall for it, conditioned to avoid seeming pushy or rude. We've all been vague at times, perhaps due to unpreparedness, feeling cornered, or simply not knowing the answer. However, honest individuals acknowledge this directly. "I'm not sure right now," or "I need to check on that," is vastly different from offering meaningless generalities to maintain a semblance of control. The problem arises when vagueness is deliberately employed to avoid being caught. This relates to integrity and trust. Evasive answers erode the foundation of trust, whether in personal or professional relationships. They exploit your good nature, hoping you'll avoid the awkwardness of pressing for specifics. But that awkwardness is precisely when you should persist. Individuals uncomfortable with providing specifics when directly asked are likely concealing something. This is the uncomfortable truth many avoid. They offer excuses of poor detail recall or busyness, but experience reveals that true honesty doesn't shy away from specifics. If they value truthfulness, they'll be clear. Evasive responses signal something hidden. I no longer accept vague answers. To assess someone's honesty, observe their reaction to requests for specifics. Do they become uncomfortable? Do they offer broad, content-free statements? This cues you to delve deeper. Continued vagueness indicates dishonesty. Honesty isn't always convenient, but it's clear, direct, and avoids ambiguity. Refusal to provide specifics reveals a fear of what the details might expose. They construct a wall of vagueness to obscure the truth. If they won't dismantle that wall, question their motives for building it. So, when faced with vagueness, don't back down. Demand clarity. Respectful individuals will provide it. Vagueness might seem minor, but it can indicate deeper issues that erode trust quickly. In conclusion, deception isn't always blatant. It often manifests in subtle cues, vague responses, overly polished narratives, nervous laughter. Pay attention to these subtle signs to uncover hidden truths. Don't shy away from difficult questions and don't accept half-truths. You deserve honesty, and those unable to provide it should be distanced from your life. Stay alert and remain true to yourself. The art of lying in life and relationships. Lying, an act as old as human civilization itself, is a nuanced behavior that transcends cultures, relationships, and moral boundaries. While it is often vilified as a breach of trust and integrity, lying also holds a paradoxical place in our lives, serving both functional and destructive purposes. Understanding the art of lying involves delving into its psychological roots, societal roles, and ethical considerations, especially in the realm of personal relationships. At its core, lying is the deliberate act of presenting false information, but its motivations are far more intricate than simple deception. From a psychological perspective, lying begins early in life, often as a survival mechanism. Infants, for instance, learn to manipulate their environment through cries or laughter to elicit specific responses from caregivers. This early form of deception isn't malicious, it's instinctual, a primal tool for communication and needs fulfillment. As we grow, lying evolves into a sophisticated skill, shaped by social norms, cultural expectations, and personal experiences. Gender differences also emerge in lying patterns. Studies suggest that men often lie to enhance their image or achieve self-serving goals, while women are more likely to lie to protect others' feelings or maintain harmony. These tendencies highlight how lying can serve as a social lubricant, smoothing over potential conflicts or awkward situations. In relationships, lying takes on even more profound dimensions. It can be both a tool for connection and a weapon for destruction. For example, white lies are often told to protect a partner's feelings. A simple reassurance like, "You look great in that outfit," might preserve a moment of confidence or avoid an unnecessary argument. On the other hand, lies of omission or outright fabrications can erode trust and lead to the collapse of even the strongest bonds. The key difference lies in intent and impact. When lies are told out of care or necessity, they may even strengthen a relationship. But when deceit is rooted in selfishness or malice, it often leads to irreparable damage. The role of lying in relationships extends beyond individuals to the societal level. Lying can maintain social harmony by avoiding unnecessary confrontations or preserving face in delicate situations. For instance, a partner may downplay a stressful day at work to avoid burdening their significant other. While these lies may seem harmless, they reflect the delicate balance of truth and deception required to navigate complex emotional dynamics. However, habitual lying introduces significant challenges. Over time, even seemingly harmless lies can snowball, creating a web of deceit that's difficult to untangle. Trust, the foundation of any meaningful relationship, is fragile. Once compromised, rebuilding it requires transparency, effort, and time, often more than many are willing to invest. Detecting deception in relationships is an equally intricate art. Humans have developed an array of verbal and nonverbal cues to mask or detect lies. Inconsistencies in stories, mismatched facial expressions, and unusual speech patterns often raise suspicion. However, these signs are not definitive proof of lying. Context matters greatly, and wrongly accusing someone based on ambiguous cues can do more harm than the lie itself. Emotional intelligence and a deep understanding of one's partner play a vital role in discerning truth from deception. Ethically, lying is one of the most debated behaviors in human history. Philosophers and psychologists alike have grappled with its moral implications. Some argue that honesty is the highest virtue, while others contend that lying is sometimes necessary to navigate the complexities of life and relationships. For instance, is it wrong to tell a terminally ill loved one they look strong to give them hope? These grey areas show that the morality of lying is often situational, requiring careful consideration of the potential consequences. In romantic relationships, the art of lying is particularly pronounced. The interplay of love, vulnerability, and trust creates a fertile ground for both truth and deception. Partners may lie to avoid hurting each other, maintain an idealized image, or protect the relationship from external threats. For example, downplaying a past relationship might be done to avoid unnecessary jealousy. Yet such lies can backfire if discovered, leading to feelings of betrayal. Conversely, truth-telling is not always the most compassionate choice. Brutal honesty can sometimes cause unnecessary pain. For example, pointing out every flaw or mistake a partner makes might be truthful, but is rarely constructive. This is where lying, when wielded thoughtfully, becomes an art. It requires balancing honesty with sensitivity, ensuring that your words nurture rather than harm the relationship. However, the art of lying should not be mistaken for manipulation. Authenticity remains the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. The goal is not to deceive for personal gain, but to navigate the complexities of human emotions with care. Understanding when and how to lie, if at all, requires emotional intelligence, empathy, and a clear sense of your partner's needs and boundaries. Self-awareness is crucial in mastering this art. Before deciding whether to lie, consider your motivations. Are you protecting your partner's feelings, or are you avoiding accountability? Are you preserving harmony, or are you selfishly shielding yourself from consequences? Reflecting on these questions can help you make choices that align with your values and the well-being of your relationship. Moreover, the art of lying is not a one-size-fits-all approach. Cultural and personal values play a significant role in determining what lies are acceptable. In some cultures, indirect communication and subtle lies are seen as polite and considerate, while in others, directness and honesty are prized. Understanding your partner's cultural background and personal preferences is essential for navigating this delicate territory. Ultimately, the art of lying in life and relationships is a double-edged sword. While it can be used to protect, preserve, and even strengthen bonds, it can also undermine trust and lead to irreparable harm. The key lies in intention, context, and execution. Lying should never be the default option, but a carefully considered choice, used sparingly and with empathy. In life, as in relationships, lying is both a survival mechanism and a social tool. It reflects the complexities of human interaction, where truth and deception often coexist. By mastering the art of lying, not to manipulate but to navigate life's intricacies, you can foster deeper connections, protect what matters, and build relationships that stand the test of time. But always remember, the most beautiful lies are the ones that stem from love, care, and a genuine desire to nurture, not harm. So if you know she lied to you, what will you do next? Discovering that someone you care about has lied to you is a complex and often emotional experience, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. If you find out that she has lied to you, the way you choose to handle the situation can determine not only the future of the relationship, but also your own emotional well-being. While it's natural to feel betrayed or hurt, the key lies in approaching the situation with clarity, emotional control, and a deeper understanding of the circumstances. First, it's important to process your emotions privately. A lie, no matter how small, can trigger feelings of anger, sadness, or confusion. Before reacting, take a step back to assess your emotional state. Acting impulsively in the heat of the moment can escalate the situation, potentially causing more harm than the lie itself. Ask yourself why the lie bothers you. Does it betray your trust, challenge your perception of the relationship, or make you feel disrespected? Identifying your emotional response can help you approach the situation with greater clarity. Once you've calmed your initial reaction, focus on understanding the context and intent behind the lie. Not all lies are created equal. A small white lie told to spare your feelings is fundamentally different from a lie meant to deceive or manipulate. Consider whether her lie was born out of fear, insecurity, or a genuine desire to avoid conflict. For example, if she lied about something minor, like her plans for the evening, it may reflect her discomfort with confrontation rather than a deeper character flaw. On the other hand, if the lie involves a serious breach of trust, such as infidelity or financial dishonesty, it warrants a much more critical assessment of the relationship. Once you're ready to address the issue, communicate with her directly and calmly. Accusations and confrontations often put people on the defensive, making it harder to have an honest conversation. Instead, frame your concerns in a way that invites dialogue. For instance, you might say, "I noticed something that doesn't align with what you told me, and it's been bothering me. Can we talk about it?" This approach opens the door to a constructive discussion rather than an argument. During the conversation, listen actively to her explanation. Pay attention not only to her words, but also to her body language and tone. Is she apologetic and sincere, or is she defensive and evasive? Her reaction can reveal a lot about her intentions and the overall state of the relationship. If she admits to the lie and provides a reasonable explanation, it may be a sign that she values your relationship and is willing to work on rebuilding trust. Ultimately, your response to her lie will depend on its nature, the level of trust in your relationship, and her willingness to take accountability. In some cases, a single lie may not define the entire relationship and can be addressed through open communication and mutual understanding. In others, a pattern of deceit may indicate deeper issues that require serious reflection and possibly ending the relationship. What you do next after discovering a lie is less about the lie itself and more about your values and boundaries. Prioritize honesty, respect, and emotional safety as you navigate this challenging situation. By handling the matter with maturity and self-awareness, you can make a decision that aligns with your long-term well-being and the health of your relationships. Beyond body language, vocal tone, or the look in her eyes that might reveal she's lying to you, there are also red flags hidden in the things she says. These subtle clues in her words can signal deception or deeper issues in your relationship. Today, we're going to reveal 9 things women say that are red flags, so you can recognize them and take steps to address your relationship effectively. But before we dive in, if you find this content helpful, don't hesitate to like and subscribe so you won't miss any of the exciting content we have coming up. Now let's jump into the 9 things women say that are red flags every guy needs to watch for. Number 1. The princess predicament, when her crown becomes your cross. Picture this. You're out on a date, and she casually mentions it's her birthday month. You chuckle, thinking it's a joke, but as the days roll by, you realize she wasn't kidding. Suddenly, you're trapped in a 30-day extravaganza of surprise gifts, elaborate dinners, and endless attention-seeking behavior. Welcome to the world of the princess personality, gentlemen. It's a realm where tiaras are invisible, but the demands are all too real. Now you might be wondering, is this really such a big deal? After all, everyone likes to feel special now and then, right? But here's the kicker. This isn't about feeling special. It's about feeling superior. The princess's personality isn't content with just a slice of attention. She wants the whole cake, the bakery, and the wheat fields that produce the flour. It's like dating a black hole of neediness. No matter how much you give, it's never enough. Let's break it down with a little analogy. Imagine you're playing a video game where your character has to constantly feed a hungry monster. At first, it's manageable. A snack here, a treat there. But as the game progresses, the monster grows bigger, hungrier, and more demanding. That's what dating a princess personality feels like. You start off thinking you're the hero of the story, only to realize you're just the NPC, non-player character, whose sole purpose is to cater to the princess's whims. But wait, there's more. Enter petulant behavior, the evil twin of the princess personality. If the princess demands constant adoration, the petulant child throws a fit when she doesn't get it. Forgot to text her good morning. Prepare for the silent treatment. Didn't notice her new haircut? Brace yourself for a lecture on how you never pay attention to her. It's like walking through an emotional minefield where every step could trigger an explosion of hurt feelings and accusations. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but she's so amazing when she's not being demanding. Ah yes, the classic trap. It's like saying, the roller coaster is great when it's not plummeting towards the ground. Sure, the highs might be exhilarating, but are they worth the gut-wrenching lows? Let's take a moment to channel our inner Stoic philosopher. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This gem of wisdom is particularly relevant when dealing with princess and petulant behaviors. You can't control her actions or demands, but you can control how you respond to them. The question is, do you want to spend your life constantly reacting to someone else's whims, or do you want to be the author of your own story? Here's the harsh truth, fellas. A relationship with someone exhibiting these behaviors is like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much you pour in, attention, gifts, compliments, it'll never be enough because the problem isn't the amount you're giving. It's the fact that she can't retain it. Her self-worth is so externally dependent that she needs a constant influx of validation just to feel okay. So, what's a guy to do? First, recognize these behaviors for what they are. Red flags waving so hard they could generate wind power. Second, understand that you're not responsible for someone else's happiness or self-esteem. And finally, ask yourself, do you want a partner or a dependent? Because make no mistake, that's what you're signing up for with a princess or petulant personality. Remember, a healthy relationship should feel like a tennis match, not a one-man juggling act. It's about give and take, not give and give some more. If you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, terrified of triggering the next meltdown or disappointing Her Highness, it's time to take a step back and reevaluate. In the end, the choice is yours. But ask yourself this: do you want to spend your life as a servant in someone else's kingdom, or do you want to build an empire together as equals? The answer to that question might just save you from a lifetime of emotional servitude. Choose wisely, gentlemen. Your sanity and your wallet will thank you.